Friends, welcome to our YouTube channel Code 369, and we have done overview of CSS in 3 videos, and even if you didn't watch that is not a problem. You can start from here, and from here we are going to see everything in detail about CSS, and this is introduction to CSS and CSS syntax. This is a full stack development course, and today is class 23. Let us see by answering some of the questions so you can be easily understanding about the introduction of CSS. What is the expansion of CSS? CSS is called as cascading style sheets. In the name itself you can see style, style sheets. It means that CSS is going to be doing something with the styles. So what is the use of CSS? It gives style to HTML. HTML is called the backbone of a website because it is what makes the structure of a website. But CSS role is also important because it gives style to HTML code. Whatever code you are writing in HTML, it will be giving style to that. So that is the use of CSS. And does it affects the functions of the web page? It does not affect functions of the web page. Its work is just to give style. It is not going to be doing any function at all in the web page. It is just going to be giving style. That is what its function is. And does HTML and CSS work together? They both will be working together in order to create beautiful web pages. Without CSS, the beauty of the web page is not possible. Is CSS must to learn? This is the right question because it is giving just a style, so we should be learn it. That is what the question is. No, HTML itself enough to build websites. For building websites, HTML is itself enough. So CSS is optional, but CSS is important because of the style that it gives to the website and making it look good. So CSS is also important. Extensions of CSS files. CSS files come with extensions .css like .html for HTML files. We will be writing extension for the HTML files as .html. Like that, CSS files will be having extensions of .css. And but the CSS files will be created only for external CSS. You need not create CSS files every time. With HTML file itself you can write CSS, but only for external CSS we will be having to write CSS files. But then we will be knowing it later about what is external CSS and how to do that. What are the ways to use CSS? You can use CSS in 3 different ways. One is inline CSS, another one is internal CSS, and another one is external CSS. There are 3 ways to use CSS. We will be seeing later what is inline, what is internal, what is external, and all those things. Let's get into syntax of HTML. Syntax of CSS. I'm sorry. This is W3 School's website, and thank you for providing such amazing resources with beautiful examples. And let us see CSS syntax from here itself. And this is called as CSS syntax. Here you can see h1, color, blue, font size, 12 pixel, and all these things. And you may be knowing about all these things, like h1 is called as element, color generally what is a color, and blue blue is a color, and font size what is the size of font, and 12 pixel is nothing but the size of the font. All these things you generally know, but we are going to give some technical name for them. So here we call h1 as selector. Selector. And this whole block is called as declaration block. Now generally speaking, we have to know what is happening here. Inside this declaration block you can see color blue. We are assigning a color to something. We are assigning a color to something, and that color is blue, and we are assigning 12 pixel font size to something. And that font size is 12 pixel. and we do both these things. Okay, what we are assigning color as blue, we are assigning font size as 12 pixel, and to which we are assigning, that is what important here, to which we are assigning is here h1. Okay, this is called h1. To h1 only we are assigning these two things. So this whole block is called as declaration, that I have already told. Declaration is nothing but declaring something. Okay, we are declaring blue as the color and we are declaring 12 pixel as the font size. So that only we are calling it as declaration block. And to which thing? Okay, and you can tell it as a person. To whom we are assigning this? h1 we are assigning. So to whom which we are assigning is called as a selector. Okay, selector is the thing where all these declaration will be applied. Okay, so this is called selector, this is called declaration block. So what is called a property and value? Color is a property we know, and value is nothing but which color. So font size is a property we know, and how much font size? 12 pixels. So this is called as a value. Okay, that's it, my friends. Let us see with an example here from W3 School's website itself. Here what we have done is, here you can see two things. One, here they have inserted two paragraphs. Already we have seen all these things in HTML itself, what is paragraph and how to insert them, all these things. Here we have two paragraphs. One is hello world and another is these paragraphs are styled with CSS. Okay, you can see it here, hello world, and these paragraphs are styled with CSS. But what happens is, if we don't use CSS, it will be looking in black. Okay, but what happens here, it is looking in red. So how it happens? Let us go here. They have inserted what? They have inserted here, you can see, this is what the syntax of HTML is. Okay, I'm sorry, every time I'm using HTML. I'm using the thing which should be used here is CSS. Okay, I'm correcting it. And here, this is what syntax of CSS is. Okay, here you can see P in the sense paragraph, P element, paragraph element, color is red, text align is center. Okay, here we are assigning red as the color and center is the text alignment. To whom which we are applying, to whom we are applying? To the paragraph element. Okay, to whom we are applying? To the paragraph element. So what will happen in the paragraph element? These things which we apply, that red color and center alignment, will be implemented. That's what happened here. This is what the syntax element is, syntax of CSS is. So inside this curly brace is called declaration block, because we are declaring what is the color and what is the text alignment, and at which place the declaration is implemented is called selector. The P element, the P tag name, the paragraph element, is the thing which get all those styles. So this is called as selector. Okay, that's it, friends. It's easy to understand, very simple. We will be seeing in the following videos how all these things are happening. Just know that this is the syntax of CSS is. Okay, that's enough. So thank you for watching, friends. Thank you for supporting me. Please subscribe me. Let us see in the upcoming videos. Thank you for watching.